Right as I started, I realized I needed to clean my glasses. Not a good time for that. But whatever. What's up, everyone? We are starting part 27 of our Starbound Let's Play journey. And so in part 26, I spent a long time in my base doing a whole bunch of crafting and basically standing around, waiting for my bees, waiting for my sifters, waiting for everything to happen. And we finally got to a point that I feel like that I feel pretty good about where we've gotten. So I did just I left my base. I went back to the space station. I had to go to a couple different stars because I didn't remember where the space station was. And I got the station transponder. This means we're going to be able to craft our own space station now, which is going to be really cool. And I've found this star. It is a black star, so it is a very high-level star. And I just thought this would be a good place for the base because it will very likely be a place that, as the game goes on, I will come back here more and more, and kind of a good... I don't know. It seemed like a cool place. There are a bunch of planets that I haven't even seen. I've been to one unknown planet, but I've never been to a shadow planet. I've never been to an Aether Sea, never been to a dark primeval, never been to a lightless. Those are duplicates, but can I even click on the 4? There. Never been to a shadow proto world, never been to a frozen moon. Right, so these are all brand new planets for me. Felt like that would be a pretty good start. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and use this. And it looks like there's only one spot here that we can go. So the station name is going to be, I don't know. What should I do? What can I do? I'm going to go online and just find like a sci-fi random name generator. And usually they'll let you choose like, oh, here's a futuristic name generator. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to do a place name. And how about, can we do like a sci-fi name? Oh, hey Pineapple. How about, so this website, it has a whole bunch of things. Nebula names, nightclub names, coral reef names, dating agency names. There's a whole bunch of kind of random, let's look at galaxy names. Oh, so it's like Bullseye Galaxy, Sigma Solanus, Omicron Aletheia. So that's not really what I want. Place names, real names, fantasy names, other names. What do we have? Apocalypse names, artifact names, artwork names. Gosh, there are chosen one names, computer virus names, console names. Man, there is a lot. This is literally fantasynamegenerators.com. So there is a lot here. Space fleet names, supercomputer names, scientific plant, scientific device, satellite. Oh, let's look at satellite names. Wilbur, Herschel MHD 23, Leibniz. I like Leibniz. All right, let's do Leibniz. Station name is Leibniz. Station description. How do we want to describe this? In the galaxy, in the universe, in the ever? Okay, so where are our options? We've literally got the option right here, and then we can do right here. So I think we're going to do it on the very outer edge. Oh, and we can also be very, very close. Yeah, maybe close is fine. I just want it so that it's easy to find. All right, here it goes. There's my base. It's a going. It's gonna go. And then what? Now what? Now it's gonna. Look at that. All right, I now have a space station. Leibniz, the most sciencey place in the universe ever. So let's check this out. This will be my first time ever seriously interacting with the space station building, because on my last file, I got to this part and I was like, wow, this is way too expensive. I'm not going to do any of it. So this is what's super cool about the space station builder in Starbound. You get to choose from all of these different, types of rooms. So, if this is my little entryway right here, I have the option of essentially adding on, and you can't build anything here because this is where you warp in. So you can't build anything here, and then you come into this little space. So I could do like a large core, and I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to do a large core here. And so look at how expensive this is. It's 225 titanium bars, 300 gold bars, 80 silver bars, and 300 copper wire. That is a massive, massive resource requirement. Then we also have options like the greenhouse, which is smaller, but it also requires 160 glass and 110 advanced plastic. And then the mech assembly room is 20 proton limiters, which is a pretty high-end crafting item. So there are some that are pretty expensive. A solar hall. Yeah, this is like I said, I've never really looked into this a lot, so there's a large horizontal corridor. Yeah, gosh, even a horizontal corridor, that is a lot. We're probably going to do a large core because that's going to give me kind of the ability to build up here and down here and over here, so should be a good amount of space to be able to do that. I mean, I could even do a regular core. But I think a large core is going to make more sense. It should be a nice, big area to kind of putz around with. So I think the goal here then is going to literally be just start transferring everything over from my regular base up to here. Still got those puppies going. So, luckily what I can do is I can break these and all of the items stay right inside, which is super convenient. And we'll leave the sifters going for now. Oh, this still has some things to extract. And we'll just start taking everything that we need. I think the sifters will be the last things to leave. Don't really care about these trees. I do have some growing trays over here. Don't know if I'm really going to care about those either. I mean, I'll take everything out. But for the most part, these were just to get some of the materials that I did not have a lot of earlier. And I think there's, yeah, I didn't do anything down there. I finalized my grades today, so like I am done with the year, and that is exciting for me. Finishing up another year, year 3. So that's a big deal. This chest will stay just like that. I'm not sure what's going to happen to the apiary when I... Yep, everything falls out. Okay, that's fine. We'll also get these guys. I'll take the flag too. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think I might have to put a flag in at my star base. Yep, that will stay just as is. Take the campfire, because why not? And these have got a long way to go. I'll take these out. Hopefully I can take everything. Might fill up my inventory. Oof, pretty close. But not quite. Okay. So then what I can do is I can dismantle all of these. Let's take the watcher. And I believe we'll be able to just grab all of that stuff. So this is the end of my barren base and the start of something much greater. Okay, so this is accurate. I cannot warp to the station without actually getting a teleporter. So one of the first things I'm going to want to do here is ensure that I have teleporter access here. So right away, we're going to dump down our crates, which are full of pretty much all of our items, as you can see here, and we are going to take all of the bars. And I don't have nearly enough room for this. If I go like that, yeah, okay, that helps. And we're going to get ore. can't do anything with that. Gold, that's a lot of gold, a lot of copper, titanium, durasteel. Okay. Dump into there, free up some more space, dump into there, potentially free up a little bit more space. All of the siftable stuff is going in here. Okay. And can I actually build anything? No. I need a lot more. Oh boy, I need a lot more of everything. So what I'm going to do here is figure out upgrades and high-tech gear with nanites. I want to figure out if I'm going to be able to make like a blast furnace. Okay, I need advanced alloy, a lot of oxygen, core fragment, quantum processor. Okay, so some of these things I have: quantum processor, advanced alloy, oxygen. Got that. Advanced alloy, I've got that. Oxygen, I don't actually think that's enough. And what was the last thing? Core fragments. Yeah, I need like 40 more oxygen. How am I going to do that? What can I do to generate oxygen? I can extract from water, I believe. So we want to get our extraction lab Mark II. This is our regular extraction lab. That's Urchius. Where is it? It's going to look pretty much identical to this. But not that. It's this guy. And extracting from water should get us a whole bunch of oxygen if I can find where my liquids are. So 10 water is going to get converted into 1 oxygen. That's not great, but this will give me over 100 water. In the meantime, let's figure out what other things I'm going to want to be doing. What do we need? Graphene. Okay, so let's just get out a whole bunch of our crafting materials here. We'll take advanced plastic, the advanced circuit, dense alloy diamonds. We might use some diamonds. We'll take our high-level ores, a whole bunch of these style crafting materials, graphene, electromagnets. Yeah, coal. Might use coal for some stuff. What else would we use for like, crafting? Because a lot of this is mostly just going to be, oh boy, I'm like out of space already. Got a long ways to go there. What does item dropper do? Drops items into the world. Okay. It probably won't happen this time. But we will be looking at ITDs. which are these item transference devices. And there's a lot there to unpack that I have not really investigated yet. Batteries and rods. I do want to make this D platinum. What does it actually take? A lot of titanium. So we're not going to make 100. We're going to make 50 because that will make 100 D platinum. A lot of copper. Actually, I want to make the blast furnace first, because when you use the blast furnace, you can use ore to make bars, and it's more efficient than having the fission furnace. So we need about 4. Okay, we should be good then. I should be able to make the blast furnace. Wow, it needs a lot of power. And the arc smelter that's very high end. So that will take some time. Let's not starve. Gosh, I don't have enough resources to make like anything right now. Oh, I can do this. What was Leibniz? There. So now I can teleport. Okay, cool. So I did not actually have to buy a teleporter. Convenient. We also have, we can affect our gravity. We can hide the expansion slots. And we have a very small storage locker. Whatever, that's good enough to start. I don't like that it's quiet, so I'm actually going to put some music on, because normally I don't put music on, but with no music in the background, and we're going to be spending pretty much the entire hour here, I am going to do that. So, well, if I do that though, then I'm not going to be able to export the video to YouTube. So, because they've been really cracking down on copyrighted music. I even got an accidental copyright strike on one of my videos because the Starbound music that I was playing was being flagged as copyrighted music, which is totally bizarre. So I guess I won't do that. I don't want to have to deal with that. That's a big headache. And the only way to circumvent that is by just straight up muting my videos, and I don't think that that is really ideal either. So we've got the blast furnace, and where can we even put it? Because we have no space. If I do, this is going to be really ugly, but I can do something like this. Make a whole bunch of timber. Wow, I have no plant fiber. So that was really the issue. Yeah, I have 4,000 plant fiber. I think we're okay. What can I get rid of for a little bit? Let's make 30. Okay. That means that I can make this ugly thing all the way across here. And really, all we're doing this for... Oh god, where did I put the blast furnace now? Oh no. Now I don't know where it is. Here it is. Okay. So we'll pop the blast furnace down there. And it needs 22 watts of power, so we are really going to have to kind of go all in on this. Alternators can only generate 4. So that means we'll need 6 alternator generators. Wow, that is a lot. What other things can I do? I could do a combustion for up to 10. So let's do combustions. I'll need advanced circuits, which means I'll need to make more crafting stuff here. Advanced circuits, I believe you make at the regular old, not nanofabricator, hey, found your stream on the Frackin subreddit. Good to see some Frackin content. Yeah, I think I had seen that you followed a couple days ago. I appreciate that. Yeah, Frackin Universe I've really enjoyed. I've actually played Frackin Universe now more than the base game, but I'm still really kind of new to it. I'm doing as much as I can, sort of organically, if you want to call it that, where I'm really trying to teach myself as best I can. Man, this is really frustrating, having to go through every single thing. It's because I didn't actually pick up my crafting tables in any particular order. And that makes me mad. Being an idiot. Yeah, that's not it. Being an idiot makes the game hard. Oh my god. Why? Matter assembler. Okay. Right, the matter assembler is going to allow me to build this kind of stuff, but I need silicon. Mod is crazy huge. Didn't realize how much of the game would change. Yeah, it really blew my mind when I started playing it too. It's way bigger than I expected. And not that I expected it to be small by any means, but I did not expect it to change pretty much every single aspect of progression. It really does a lot there. Okay. So let's make a bunch of copper wire. I like that Frackin Universe makes progression feel much more gradual, but it still feels rewarding. Like, one thing I've said a lot on stream is every hour. So I stream for an hour and then I end the video. So basically every stream is broken down into an hour. And sometimes I'll stream for 3 hours in a row, but I do it in 1 hour chunks. Makes exporting to YouTube super easy. Every hour, when I'm done, I feel like, okay, even though I only like explored this planet or worked on my base or whatever, I always feel like I've made some meaningful progress in some capacity. Like, sometimes it's just, hey, cool, I got this new ore type and I caught 2 new bees. Or, hey, I sifted through 5, like, in a sifter. Like, I sifted 5 stacks of dirt and got just a ton of ores and other crafting materials. Or sometimes it's like, you know, I did a couple of dungeons or whatever. Like, everything feels meaningful, and that's really big in my opinion. I do not have a lot of gold bars. And what is it that I even need to make here? I don't even remember. Oh, I need to... Yeah, I need to do some combustion, and I need more oxygen. And what else? Is there anything else that's limiting me? I will need more tungsten. But this should be done, so we can take... We can't take... I don't have any room for the hydrogen and the salt in This is all of the mod added crafting mats. So that is definitely mod added. I don't think there's anything else. That at least lets me take the hydrogen. So if combustion can make 10 watts, I can only make 2. What is limiting me? Tungsten. Fission reactor, atmospheric condenser, Ansible network. Oh, I don't even know what that does. I've never ever made an Ansible network, so that'll be a thing, I suppose. So here's our combustion generators. We're gonna go plop and plop. And I suppose just because I'm gonna be a little bit lazy here, we'll drop that guy down. Hit up wiring mode, so we'll go output to input, output to input, output to input. Now, if I burn stuff, my blast furnace will actually operate, and what will be really convenient is it smelts really fast, and throwing gold in will make me gold bars and give me some byproducts. So the blast furnace is really what you want to use when you can. I've never used an arc furnace, so I don't know how much more effective that is, but we can get this going, and we're not going to do that much wood, but we'll go 200 to start. And I should have coal in here. Gosh, I don't want, well, whatever. I don't want that much coal, but it's fine. We'll go like that. And then we can do the same thing here. So, just as an example, because gold is the first that I see in my inventory, once these fire up, these little bars are green, and you can see that this is going, and it's making bars. I get carbon dioxide, silicon, and research as byproducts. And I think every once in a while, sometimes you get 2 cycles out of one amount of ore. And occasionally there are things that you get as byproducts that you're really not expecting. But when I was testing this on my last character, a stack of 100 ore normally gives you 50 bars. I was getting maybe 10% more than that in addition to the byproducts. So like in this case, what did I have? Like 330 gold ore, so I'm expecting about 170 gold bars, and I think I will wind up with a little bit more than that alongside the carbon dioxide, silicon, and a little bit of research. So that's going to be really, really helpful when we're smelting these large quantities, and it's going to be really, really helpful because we need like mass quantities of bars for some of these rooms. Like this large core we want to make, that's 300 gold bars. That is insane. I don't have enough gold ore for that. So what I might do in an effort to I've got enough pixels. What I might do in an effort to kind of like be efficient with my time and be cognizant of the fact that I have a viewer, or when this goes up on YouTube, the people that are watching, I will swing by the outpost and I'll just buy some gold bars. I recognize that they're probably kind of expensive, right? Where are my gold bars at? So 1 gold bar is 42, and I think the Ursa Miner, where you can buy those, are 10 times as expensive. So a gold bar is going to cost 420 pixels, which means a stack of 100 gold bars is going to cost me 42,000. But frankly, that still leaves me with 25 grand, and I think that's going to be fine. So that is done, and let's just get going with the next one in line. So copper. So we're going to take these out, and we'll see what the byproducts are here. So looks pretty similar. We're getting carbon dioxide and silicon, but iron ore is actually a byproduct of copper, which is kind of interesting. Oh, I do have one room that I can now make, a horizontal corridor. I don't really want to do that. Like again, I'll say it over and over. I think I really want to start with this large core because it's going to give me a lot of space, and I think that's really what I want to start. What I will wind up doing eventually, and I still haven't really planned it out, which is probably a big mistake, but I'm going to want to have, a branch off where I do my bee stuff and a branch where I maybe have some farming stuff. Maybe I do like an agriculture thing up above, and it would be all of my apiaries and all of my crops and whatever, and maybe a farm up there, right? Like just have all of that, all the living things together in one big area, and then maybe off to the right I would do like a big item network thing, or hell, maybe right in the middle I would have a big item network. I don't know. Again, this is all going to be new to me. This is about as far as my last character had ever gotten. I can make an advanced computer. A music player for playing music. Ya don't say. What's Fari2? Let's make that. And then just because there's no music, right? I can't get yelled at for playing music from the game. Oh. So I get to choose. Oh no, not hiding label. Okay. That's convenient. So Frackin music has a lot of tracks, right? And it's a lot of good ones. And I don't know what any of them are called. Witcher's Tale. Virtutes Instrumenti. It's quiet. And what is this? Oh, that takes us back. So then there's also the Frackin universe music we've got. Sure, let's listen to the Alien Jungle Boss. So now we wait. And we had a lot of copper ore to start, right? Like, was it 1700 maybe? No, it couldn't have been that much, because we would expect a little bit more copper bars than we've got. I still don't really understand how this functions. If it mines blocks automatically, does it actually remove those blocks from the world? And if so, then how large of an area is it going to have? Compact data latch. None of those things. Wow. So how we coming? Okay, we're doing okay as far as these materials go. Man, it'd almost be convenient to have a second blast furnace right now. There's just not really a lot else we can do. I don't have the space. Yeah, pretty boring. I guess what I will do really quick, just because it won't take much time, I'll be able to teleport out and then back pretty rapidly. I'll jump out. We're just gonna quick double check here how much Ursa Miner is gonna sell gold bars at. Yep, 420 like I had expected. Really don't like buying 100 of them at that price, but I'm trying to be gracious to, you know, my time and your time. You don't want to sit here watching me farm another 100 gold bars somewhere. So I think that's actually going to let, no, not yet. I need silver and copper wire. So another 50 copper wire. No, we won't do it there because that's at a pretty hefty penalty. That's 5 for 1 bar, and here we can make it 9 for 1 bar. So let's just do 18, I guess. We're going to be getting hundreds of copper bars, so we'll be fine there. And then when this copper is done, we're going to throw silver in next. What's also really convenient about the blast furnace, you can throw a lot of things in here that are not ores. So you're able to, pretty much anything that's combustible, you can throw in there and get something out of it. So we're almost there. We're almost there, and then that's going to be big, right? It's going to be a really big space. It's going to give us a lot of space to spread some of this stuff out. And I'll have to kind of figure out how I want to arrange it. Again, I've never made a room in a space station, so this is all totally brand new to me. And because I play pretty organically, I have no concept of what the large core looks like. I've never seen it. Okay, I'm over this track. It's a little too bossy for me. What do we want? What's fighter? Ooh. I do like the Science Outpost track. Getting down there. What else can I do? I suppose I could start extracting some more things, right? Do I even have anything that I can really extract? Boy. No. No. Oh. Yes, they did, but I don't want to extract research. Oh, I do want to put my corn in here though, because that's going to give me cattle feed, which is going to be at least convenient, if not useful to have. Yeah, so we'll be looking at over 900 copper bars. And if we had 1,700 to start with, that's, you know, a 10% bonus, I suppose. In addition to the, you know, almost 100 silicon, almost 100 iron ore, and almost 200 carbon dioxide. And we're done. Finally. So I'm gonna quick jump ahead to silver so that I can start getting my silver bars. And as soon as we have those, we need about 40. We'll hit up this large core, and that will just give us some more to do, so I won't have to sit here doing nothing. We're about 45 minutes in on this video, so we'll start being able to plan the large core and how I want things to look outside of that. And then I'll probably have to cut it off, so let's just do some stuff. Okay, so this is big. I like that at least. It's a large space, which I suppose I expected from the name, large core. So we can move this, we can move this, we can move this, we can move this. And I suppose these as well. Oh. So how do I want this laid out? Oh, that's not what I meant to do there. Really? Oh, okay. Because I was standing there. I was like, really? I can't put that back? Well, we've got some options, I suppose. And maybe that's what I'm going to need to do after this video and before I start streaming again, is just spend 15 minutes off stream where I can really think about how I want this laid out. Because now what I'm going to be able to do is think about what do I want like down here or up here, you know, what do I want in these areas? How do I want the entire space station laid out? Do I want to do anything special in this little entry room? Do I want to have anything up or down from here? Right, there's a lot of options. I do have a lot of choices here, so you know, right now I guess I'm thinking like a residential shaft down and up, and then that'll let me start working on building some residential zones. Which I'm not sure if that's super functional, but whatever. What else can I do so that this isn't super boring? I think I might just end this video here. I'll definitely be back in less than half an hour, but I do want to spend a little bit of time off stream kind of planning things out. What do I want to do with this space? Because I know that with how expensive the space station was to craft, and even like this room costing me, you know, what, like 200 gold bars? Like, I want to make sure that you get it right. It's also my understanding that once you make a room, you can't change it or get rid of it, right? Like, so now, this large room is here, and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to change that. So, going to be kind of important to be careful with how I lay things out. So, yep, we'll end it there. If you want to continue watching the kind of base building adventure here, I'll be back in about half an hour. So thanks. I'll see you later.